Hey guys, how is it going? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. If this is your first time checking out Truly Divine's channel, sorry guys. Oh. What is up? My name is Amy. Welcome. So, I felt like I had to do this before I got into my personal readings. I did my warm-up with the dailies, but I felt like I wanted to see what's going on with Divine Masculine because it's been a couple days. So I have a very interesting message, so hopefully it resonates with you guys. Hopefully it makes sense. You guys can drop me down in the comments. Let me know what's going on with you. You guys know I love to hear from you. If you saw my post that I wrote today, I pretty much was talking about like the twin flame journey and stuff and saying how like, you know, my Divine Masculine has resurfaced over the weekend into my life, and it's been kind of like, where the heck have you been? Why haven't you been messaging me? What's been going on? So we've been playing catch up, and I gotta say, like, you know, a part of me is really scared that he's gonna go again, but a part of me doesn't want to add that negativity into the now, because I'm trying to really teach myself to let go of what has happened, to let go of that ego, let go of, you know, where have you been, why'd you ghost, and all of that stuff. Like, I want to know that information, but I also feel like he was drawn back to me. If that makes any sense to you guys, I just feel like my own Divine Masculine, I feel like had to go and figure it out, and when he figured it out, he was drawn back to me. So I don't want to add fuel to the fire, negativity to the fire. I know we're gonna have that conversation, because within me I want to know what happened, but right now I'm just embracing the fact that he's back, the fact that we're talking and communicating, and I gotta say, like, it just feels nice again to have him back, because I did truly miss him and, you know, was worried about him. So we've been talking about, and I know there's a lot of you that I will want to give up, and if anything I can say to you is that me being on this journey for 4 years, you know, and Divine Masculine coming in and out the way that he has, and, you know, it's tough, guys. It really is. It's tough not knowing where you stand. It's tough not knowing why they do what they do. But if anything, all I can say is be patient, because Divine Masculines are coming back. There's just a lot that they're going through, and I'm not, you know, I'm not saying that Divine Feminines aren't going through anything. Of course you guys are. Of course you guys have had your feelings, but I do feel like for those who keep having trust and who keep having faith, it will work it out. Like, it will work out. All you gotta do is have hope and be patient. I know that you guys are sick and tired of hearing that, but I'm just trying to tell you from what I learned and from what I've been going through, is that it's just really helped to keep me grounded. So anyways, so hopefully this reading helps you guys. Let's just get started. So the first card that's coming up says an illusion. Clouded judgment, unbalanced, substance abuse, anxiety, and depression. So some of your Divine Masculines right now are in this place where their thoughts are pretty much unbalanced. It's not unbalanced because of you. I don't feel like that's what it is. I feel like it's imbalanced with their life, with their job, with their children, with their career, you know, with their own emotions. Like, I feel like they know what they want, they know what they're working towards, they know how they genuinely feel about you, like, they know they love you, they know they miss you, but at the same point, it's like, how do I man up and be the man I need? How do I man up and come back and be able to speak my truth? Like, that's where Divine Masculines are right now still. For some of you who already have gotten the same as me, have gotten that communication coming through. But for some Divine Masculines, I feel like they're still going through depression. They're still going through some type of anxiety or worry about what you're going to say when they come back. That's the thing, is that, you know, they don't know, or whoever's Divine Masculine is, this Divine Masculine's really worried that how you're going to react. Are you going to come off with like, hey, where have you been? Why did you ghost me? Or are you going to open your heart and open your mind to the idea that they're coming back because they're being divinely guided back towards you? Like, they genuinely care, they genuinely miss you, and they're working their way back towards you, because that feeling of losing you is not something that they want to do. So I feel like a lot of Divine Feminines, like myself, you know, a while back there, we did disconnect. We just put our hands up and said we weren't waiting around anymore. And I feel like when you did that, when you disconnected, you know, that brought Divine Masculine back even faster, because he can sense when you disconnect, right? So for some of your Divine Masculines, that's what it is. You disconnected and he felt that and he didn't like that, so he came back. A lot of the divine masculines are going through a substance abuse. They could be addicted to drugs, alcohol, and they have no way to ground themselves right now, because until you're willing to change that, you know, everyone in this entire universe can help you. But if you're not willing to help yourself, then, you know, you're not ready. And that's what it was, where whoever's divine masculine was, you know, he ghosted, he walked away because he couldn't, and I know this is really sad to say, but I feel like this needs to be said, like he couldn't put the alcohol down, he couldn't put the drugs down to save the relationship. And I know that's selfish of him, but I feel like this is why I'm saying that at the time that you two first met, first connected, first had this encounter, he was not the man that you needed him to be. And now he's in this place where I feel like he has worked towards regaining that, realizing it more and more, that he has an issue, he has a problem, and then he needs to fix it. So maybe some of your divine masculines, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but I feel like some of your divine masculines have been to rehab or checked into rehab or have gotten some help for their alcohol or drugs or whatever the addiction is, or abuse or substance abuse. So just know that that's coming in strong. I don't know who all that resonates with, but you know, sometimes it's just, I heard a lack of self-worth too. Now, and I think we talked about this the other reading, where I just don't feel like divine masculines felt worthy enough of divine feminine. And I mean, you know, when you're at your lowest point, when you're at rock bottom, when you don't feel like, you know, you have enough to give someone, when you don't, it's because he doesn't love himself. He doesn't have that confidence. He doesn't have that courage in himself. And for sure, when you're not confident, when you don't love yourself, how can you love another person, right? So, you know, it's a lot of information to take in one heat, but I feel like just know that some divine masculines are really working hard towards being better so that they can come back and kind of express how they feel. But I mean, I'm in my feelings is the second card, right? So divine masculine is just in this place where he says, look, like, I'm in my feelings, I'm in my head. I know what I want to do, I know what I need to do, but what I want and what I need are two different things. Like, I want to reach out, I want to talk to you, I want to tell you how I feel, I want to tell you what happened, but I'm scared because I don't feel worthy of you. Like, it hurts being away from you, you know? And I really sense that, like, I feel a sense of, like, my heart is, like, breaking, and this is not me. So divine masculine's in this place where his heart is broken without you. Like, and I know a lot of you, I'm going to get heat for that, because I'm getting heat for a lot of things lately. But I mean, if you don't want to hear it, you can just check off the channel. It's that simple. If you're clearly watching this because you want to know what's going on with divine masculine, I don't get why people have to come on here with negative comments. But that's how I feel. Like, if you have a negative vibe against divine masculine right now, then you should not be watching divine masculine readings. You should just, no, you should just, if you don't have patience, if you don't have the trust, if you know, then you should just not be watching it. But anyways, so I just feel what divine masculine's trying to say tonight is that he knows what this connection was between you guys. But here's the but. A part of him has been hurt from someone, or a past connection from his past, in which he shut down. You know, the love, the connection that you two had for each other at that time when you guys were in union, it was a lot. And he even says, I couldn't let you get close to me. So I believe him when he says that. I believe that at the time that you guys were in union, at that time when you guys first came into contact, this could be going on for months, it could be going on for years. If some of you are like me, 4 years, some of you I've known 14 years, you know, and I put my hand up to you, like, that's a lot of years. He's in this part that you don't understand, like, the connection that you feel, you have to think about it. The way that you feel, that love that you feel, that strong pull you feel, that intimacy that you feel, the moments of, like, just wanting to crave him, the moments that you just want to love him, you know, you just want to hold him, you want to kiss him, right? Like, he feels all of that too. And I feel like what's going on is that he's like, for the first time in so long, I haven't felt that. Or maybe he didn't even feel that with his last relationship or last connection, whatever it is, right? But he felt it with you, and it was kind of one of those moments that it just took him by surprise. And I feel like what he's coming through is saying, like, at that time, I couldn't let you get close to me. It wasn't because I didn't feel anything for you. I just felt overloaded. You know, I felt so much that I didn't know what to do with it. So he says, even though you were right, I had to learn things the hard way. Yeah, I felt like he just He up and left because at that moment, at that time, he thought that's what the right answer was. Does that make him a bad person? No, I feel like he may have taken that step back to regroup, to reevaluate the situation, to go find himself. Like, I don't necessarily want to say that all divine masculines went in the arms of someone else, but he could have just like, whoa, what is all of this feelings, you know, like what is going on here? So he has been working so hard as a divine masculine for whoever this is going to resonate with. He has been working so hard to let go of what he needs to let go of. He's been working so hard to release. He's been walking away from things that are no longer serving. He's been moving on. Again, this also talks about addictions. He could be walking away from addictions because he knows that I lost something so good and so amazing because I allowed my addiction to take over, and now I'm realizing that that addiction it's going to kill me if I don't get help. So whoever is divine masculine is this, he's coming in strong. He's going to get the help that he needs. And I feel like, you know what, for someone to come through and say that, you know what, I'm getting the help that I need so that I can be the man that you need me to be, I think that that's one step that he should be very proud of. Because for a lot of you, I don't have an addiction unless it's like coffee and maybe wine, but I'm not like addicted to wine. I just like it. The toxic people, the toxic connections, you have no idea who's been around him, who's been shooting stuff in his ear, who's been telling him, you know, oh, you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't feel like that. Like, there's just a lot of things that are happening, right? You as divine feminines know that when you get with a certain somebody, or you've had relationships in the past where people have not been supportive of you, people have not cared about how you feel, and it's been in this position where they've said to you, oh, you shouldn't be with that person, you shouldn't like that person, blah blah blah, right? You guys most of us have been in that predicament where we've dated people that someone else doesn't like, and they've said stuff. That could be one thing for someone's divine masculine, where he was getting all of this information and he couldn't process it, right? So what do you do when you can't process stuff? You run, you shut down, right? So I feel like with us letting go is that he's just been really truthful with himself, maybe the last couple months, maybe the last, you know, couple weeks, I don't know what it is, but he's just really gone within and realized that, like, you as being divine feminine is someone that he does not want to let go, is someone that he wants to hold on to, because that connection is something that he knows he's not going to find with anyone else. So yeah, he's coming back to speak his truth, because he's in this place of saying, look, like, I'm afraid to take the next step right now. I will admit that. I'm afraid to open up to you. I'm afraid to be vulnerable. I'm afraid to get hurt. I'm afraid that you're going to be like everyone else. I'm afraid that everyone else that has told me that this isn't going to work, that, you know, blah, 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 you know, so he is afraid to move along. But you've got to understand that not only as divine feminines do we have to keep open and be vulnerable, like, so do divine masculines, but I don't know why it seems to be harder. I think it's because they're going through an awakening, or they're going through some shifts. But if you as divine feminine, I know I went through my awakening probably January. I think it was January of 2020. And I tell you, January was like the worst month of my life in a long time. Like, I mean, everything that happened to me the first month of 2020. So that was my awakening. I totally believe that was my awakening, because it woke me up from a lot of things. I checked myself, I checked my life, and I started changing everything about what I knew. And the minute I did that, my life started flowing. My life started, you know, regrouping. So I don't know if other divine feminines have gone through awakenings in 2020 or just before 2020. But remember before that moment that you hit that awakening, and then remember during that process. Like, there's just so much happening, and I feel like that's where divine masculines are right now for a lot of you, is that they're shifting, they're going through awakening, and it's just taking a lot out of them. It doesn't mean that they don't care, it doesn't mean that they don't love you, it just means they're processing at their own speed, in their own way, okay? So he says, for whoever needs to hear this, I thought about reaching out to you, but then I stopped myself. Yeah, because he's afraid of what you're going to say. And I can totally get this, because there's been so much heat that I've been getting just off this channel, off these messages, and, you know, people are gonna say what they say. But I'm just saying. So if I can see how some divine feminines are acting in this course, or, you know, this way, not all divine feminines, so don't be on me, but for some, he's just in this place where, like, I totally get the frustration. I totally get being upset. I totally get wanting to give up, wanting to just let go of this. Why isn't it easy, Amy? Why is this journey so hard? Why is it so painful? There was something someone had said on my channel recently, and I actually said, you know, like, it's totally right, where, you know, this journey is not meant to be easy. It's not meant to be like all rainbows and butterflies. It's not a 1, 2, 3 scenario. It's something that's going to test you. It's something that's meant to make you stronger. It's meant to make you wiser. It's meant to overcome your fears and overcome your doubts. Like, it's meant to wake you up. You know, this divine journey, this twin flame journey, it's not to come into your life and be fucking fairy tale. No, it's meant to be hard. It's meant to test you, and not everyone is going to be able to handle that test. It's okay. So he's just saying, please be patient, you know, and I really believe that, truthfully, that's what he's telling you tonight. I'm trying to think of what to say. Yeah, because what do you say after you've been away for a couple months? What do you say after you've been away for a couple days? You know, it's hard, but I guess at the end of the day, divine feminines, we have to ask ourselves, you know, what are we holding on to if we're holding on to anger? What are we holding on to if we're holding on to resentment? I'm like you guys. Before my divine masculine came back, I was mad. I was angry for a while. But then I started to look at the situation and say, well, maybe God took him out of my life because there was something within me I needed to change. Maybe God took him out of my life because there was something within him that he needed change. Maybe he needed to see what he needed to see. Because I feel like I've been on this journey and I've seen it from day one. But, you know, people see things when they're supposed to see them. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's coming through and saying, like, look, I will make things right between us one day. Because I want to make this right. 2 cards pretty much saying the same thing. He does want to make this right. Whoever divine masculine is this, he wants to make this right with you. There is so much more I want to say to you. Okay? Because he's grateful for you. He's grateful for this connection. He's grateful for what you've given him. He just knows. Okay? He knows. And I feel like at the end of the day, divine feminines, you just have to look at, are you willing to stick it out? Are you willing to stick around and just wait? You know, if you can't, that's fine, you know. Go do what you need to do for you. But just know where divine masculine is tonight. That's what I have for you guys. So I don't know how this helps you guys. I don't know if it helps you at all. Hopefully I didn't offend anyone. But I've been getting a lot of, I wouldn't say rude comments, but I would say comments that make me wonder why you're watching twin flame readings if you don't agree with what's going on with divine masculine. Like, again, I get being angry, I get being upset, I get being, you know, sick of hearing divine timing and patience and forgiveness and all of that lovey-dovey stuff, but that's literally how this goes. And I mean, if you don't want to know, then just don't watch the channel anymore, right? Don't watch twin flame videos. So I don't know, guys. You guys let me know. I'm sending you guys all love and light today. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this makes some sense. With that, I will see you guys again soon. All the other videos are going to be uploaded, so keep your eyes open. Take care of yourself.